Now, I know you're all asking yourselves the eternal question. If the typical stand-up comic graduates from the bottom third of his high school class, what could people like us possibly learn from people like them? Well, as the founder of New York's Comedy Cellar, we used lean principles to turn a Greenwich Village basement into a multi-million-dollar business and discovered guys like these who then used these principles like rapid iteration, vision, clear point of view, and the pivot to advance their own careers. Because every time a comic tells a joke, that's another iteration in the development of that joke. And the user feedback is immediate, it's brutal, and it's public. And the comic tweaks the joke and launches 2.0 in The Late Show. And these tweaks can be very minute, which syllable to emphasize, where to pause, but they make the difference between a successful show and going home alone yet again. Now, when you're making these tweaks, it's important that you be very careful if the only people that are telling you your idea is genius are in your own conference room. Because before a comic launches a joke on, say, Letterman, he goes into the comedy mines, the comedy clubs. And not just a club, but the right club. Because a comic might kill at the comic strip and die at the Comedy Cellar. So the question is, does your product need to be adjusted, or does your audience and your market need to be adjusted? And in order for all of this iterating and innovating to take place, what you need is an organization that allows failure, because iterating involves failing a lot. So if you're not happy with the innovation you're getting from your team, look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I making it safe for people to fail? And if you are and you're still not happy, you might need a new team. Which brings us to number 2, which is point of view, vision, brand. None of the people on this screen could steal material from anybody else and make it work. Why? A couple of examples. Jon Stewart and Carrot Top. Could Jon Stewart come out and put a gigantic bra on his head? Would Carrot Top come out and regale us with witty social comment? No. Why? Because the goal isn't to find the best joke or the best product. It's to find the best fit between joke and joke teller, between product and company. In fact, Steve Jobs said that Apple's success was due largely to their ability to say no to the gazillion genius ideas that people were coming up with. Because star companies and star comics are stars because they know what they themselves can make work best. Which brings us to the pivot. Mark Twain said that the difference between the right word and the almost right word is the difference between lightning and a lightning bug. Examples. Chris Rock used to come down to the Comedy Cellar when he was young and timid and meek, and he wanted everybody to like him, and he could not buy a laugh. He pivoted and became this loud, brash, in-your-face Chris Rock we know today, and became a hit. Jon Stewart started as an actor and a generic talk show host, could not beat the competition. Only when he began doing that which he uniquely is capable of doing did he eliminate all competition. Can your company do that? Ray Romano was doomed to be a journeyman comedian for his entire life, except he married a very strong point of view. Stand-up dad. 2 years later, had a hit sitcom. Now, a lot of these guys look like they were overnight successes, and they were if you discount the 15 or 20 years that preceded their success, in which they perfected the system. So start up like a stand-up, like we did at the Comedy Cellar. Make it safe for people to iterate and innovate. Have a clear point of view, a vision, and make sure the people on your team do too. And look for the chance to pivot. And if anybody wants to discuss this approach to innovation and content creation further, my brain and I are available at these locations near you, and I thank you for your time. Thank you.